This, for me, is one of the best, fastest, and most reliable ways to build muscle. Now let me explain. In most gyms in the UK, the lightest fraction plate you will get is 2.5 kilos, which means in order to add weight to your bar in a bid to get stronger and build more muscle, you have to add 5 kilos at a time. Now, anyone who's trained will know that when you are near your max for a given rep range, adding 5 kilos feels like, I don't know, like the weight of the earth. It is a lot of extra weight to add. However, if you were to get 0.5 or even 0.25 kilo plates, you could increase week on week by half a kilo to a kilo. And that is exactly what I have been doing for the last 10 weeks. So why should you use this method of slowly adding small amounts of weight? Because it is one of the foundation principles on building muscle and strength, and it's called progressive overload. Now, when we think of progressive overload, we think of one man. And no, it's not Arnie, it is Milo of Croton. Back in ancient Greece, there was a wrestler known as Milo, who potentially had never been beaten in his life. He was considered the strongest man in Croton. And how Milo got so strong was when he was a young boy, he picked up a baby calf on his back and would walk the length of his field. As the days went on, he would pick this calf up as it got bigger and bigger and developed into a fully grown bull, to the point where Milo was picking up the weight of a fully grown bull and walking the length of the field. And he had to adapt to the weight of this bull increased week on week on week. But because he did it day by day by day, those increases were minimal and he was able to positively adapt for them. If he had gone from day one to a fully grown bull, which is a difference of probably a couple of 100 kilos, he was not going to be able to do this. And that, in short, is the theory of progressive overload. Now, why don't most people progressively overload in the gym? One, because they don't track their metrics. It doesn't just have to be weight that you increase. It could be total volume for the week. It could be time under tension. However, for me, I think weight is one of the better options. It's also just really nice to know that you can lift more than you could before. There is a small caveat to this. Ideally, you're going to want to be in a calorie surplus, as the goal is to build muscle. Also, when you are building strength and potentially muscle at this rate, you may find that those structures of the body start to get a little bit tighter. I have now found that my chest has been a little bit tight, so before I do my next set and increase to 96 kilos, I'm gonna see my physio, have a little bit of dry needling, have a good release off to make sure that I am not putting undue stress on tendons and ligaments and causing myself an issue for the future. Now, since disconnecting my collarbone from my ACL a long time ago, I just kind of stopped bench pressing. Many moons ago, I used to be stronger on bench press than I am now. I used to hit 100 kilos for 5 sets of 5. Now, it's not going to break any records, it's not that strong compared to many people, but that's the strongest that I've been when it comes to bench press. So I started 10 weeks ago at 85 kilos for 5 sets of 5, and I just went by adding a kilo each week. The first week, 85 was easy, so I jumped up a good amount. I'm now sitting at 95 kilos, a weight which I struggle to press for 1 to 2 reps, not alone 5 sets of 5. And this happened for 2 reasons. One, I actually tracked my weights, so I made myself be progressive or progressively overload week on week. 2, the amount of weight that I added was minimal. It was enough to feel the difference and enough to create positive adaptations without being too much that I risked injury or that I was just unable to get the sets and reps that I wanted to hit. Now, I want to know, is this something that you currently do? Go on, be honest. Do you aim to progressively overload? Do you track your weights? Do you use an app that tracks your weights? Is it something you'd never even heard about before? Please do let me know in the comments. And don't neglect adding small weights. If your gym doesn't have them, purchase a set. They're probably going to cost you less than 20 quid. They're so small that you can put them in your gym bag, but they are the difference in you making massive gains year on year compared to potentially being in the same boat now or later in the year that you are now. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please do hit the subscribe button, smash that bell so you know when we upload new content, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye guys, thank you.